Hi there, it's Nick Dutch, back on the camera again one more time. Now, for those of you who don't know, I've just done a short Blog TV session, and in it, I did live on Blog TV a Ouija board seance. Now, one thing that upset me is that I don't think it came out. I tried to record it on Blog TV. I pressed the right buttons and it didn't come out. So I'll tell you basically a bit about what happened. Now, this was only based upon the name. I mean, obviously there's lots of different ways in which you can invoke a spirit. You can study it. You can study its character, its nature, its astrological sign. You can build up a good repertoire of understanding of what it's about. You can do an in-depth meditation to establish some kind of psychological or emotional connection between yourself and it. And then you can go through the process of attempting to actually communicate with the aforementioned hypothetical spiritual entity, which can be done, of course, through the dark mirror, Ouija board, pendulum, or indeed just through meditation, communication type experiences, as well as through ritual and attempting to do a full, visual invocation. What the spiritual entity pointed out in the ritual itself was not, there wasn't really all that much in the way of direct answers, apart from the fact that this spirit was getting bored, which is of course a very weird thing for any spiritual entity to be saying, considering that they've got presumably the whole masses of heaven and earth, or the astral plane and earth, to be able to roam around. So precisely what was going on in a spirit's consciousness, one can only guess, I suppose. A question was asked whether the spirit was created by humanity or before humanity, basically, to which the answer was by sin, which is of course a very interesting answer. I personally have not done all that much in-depth research into Asmodeus and what he's supposed to be about, so essentially I found that rather curious. There was a bit of a sense of presence during the ritual itself, during the Ouija board seance itself, and this being appeared to be something with a rather large head, large eyes and sharp teeth, and a rather gaping mouth, which one assumes has the capacity to devour. And that was a sensation that I experienced when doing the actual Ouija board seance. Now, obviously, this was based purely upon the name. I didn't spend a lot of time studying the character or meditating deeply upon the character in order to ascertain any information about it. But essentially, I guess it was curious. I don't really feel that it was necessarily evil by its nature. It was just rather, I suppose, a bit surly to a certain degree. But it definitely had a feeling of a presence, and it definitely appeared to wish to communicate something, but even it was not quite sure what to say. So I found it rather curious. But either way, that was my first attempt to communicate with something by the name of Asmodeus.